So today we're going to solve the lab OAuth ATO that is available on HACKINGHUB.io, and where now I'm talking to Nogli about about his favorite hack that is he's found in LHE. And then so in this lab, this particular is lab related to OAuth authentication. You will see that the sign in with Google, sign in with Okta, sign in with Microsoft options that is available on the real world application. So that is the same hack which is happening in this lab. So we'll exploit it in this lab. So here we have given the email, and then there is a password which is given to us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we just jump onto the lab, and okay, so here is the first glance of the page, that how it is look like. So there is the authentication required page which says that you need to log in to perform any further action. So I just click login, and then there is the you can see that two options are available. That is, first is login, and then there is register. Okay, so then what we're going to do is firstly we'll log in using the provided credential that is given to us, and I use the email as admin@itsupport.ctf. Then there is the password, which is password in this case, right? And I just press login, and it says that authorization request, like we need to authorize our request in order to perform any further action. Okay, so if I just click allow, and we'll see the response. We'll say that it says that welcome back, and there is the message that unfortunately the system is down for maintenance for the next 24 hours. Please check back again after that. Okay, so what I going to do is I just log in again. Now in this time I will. So in this time I don't log in using the admin account. I will register my own account, and I use the dummy email, and then there's a password, and then there is the confirm password, then there is name, then there is business name, and I just click register. So it says that email is already associated with an account. So I already used it, I think. So if I just add +1, okay, so again we'll see that authorization request is required, and I need to press allow, and you can see that it says that your account has not been confirmed yet, and then there is the auth code is given to us in the response. So what we're going to do is if you there is nothing special we found until till yet, and so there is nothing special we found yet, but if we're going to look and look the traffic, we'll see that this is the process of authorization where I register another account. This is and then there is then I just press allow the authorization request, and I received this auth code. So I think we need to digging into it bit, and so I just see the source page of this. So there is nothing special, and if I just press login and see the source page of this particular page, and as you can see that there is js.client.js is present, which is in which there is a function says that create client. So we can actually create a new client, but we require these parameters in order to create a client and to send this request to this particular endpoint, that is OAuth clients, and the method of the request is post. Okay, so we will really going to create a new client using using the logic provided there, and so the required parameter is name, email, and redirect. So in the value we can actually set any arbitrage URL. So in the value of redirect we will actually provide any we can put any domain, any address. So I just, for the example, I will just put evil.com for the demonstration, and token, and what else. So there is user ID and personal access client. So user ID, and then there is personal access client, and then there is provider and password client. Alright, so if I just send, okay, so I think we are not authenticated. Alright, so I need to authenticate to perform this action. So I just authenticate really quickly. Alright, so as you can see that the new client is generated successfully, and the value of the redirect parameter is actually set in, is actually any particular address that we can provide. Okay, so here is the token and here is the user ID and it is the client ID. So in this case the client ID is 5, so we just go and verify it. So I just go and verify it. So as you can see here, it says that support dashboard is requesting access to your account. So what I'm going to do is I will replace the client ID to the client ID 5. Like client ID 1 is set, and I will replace it to the client ID 5, and I will just replace it the domain to the every.com. Okay, so I think I need to remove this slash. Okay, so as you can see here, it says that test is requesting to access your account. So we can actually like found anyone auth code using this if we know the client ID of that user or the redirect URL. So if I just click allow, it will redirect us to the avail.com along with the auth code. Okay, so as you can see that it will successfully redirect us to the avail.com, and the auth code is this. So if you like study about or read about the OAuth implementation, you will see that the process something looks like this. The client request access like client so if you actually like study about or read about the OAuth implementation in modern web apps, you will actually see that the client like the step and the process will look like the client firstly click the allow, or the sign up with Google or sign up with Microsoft, something like that. So it will firstly click, and then there is the auth code generated by server which is given to the client back, and using that auth code it will authenticate to the server, which is provided a JWT token or a bearer token, which will like which is a JWT, which is a bearer token by which user can authenticate in the in the application. So we will exploit that logic. We will actually steal the auth code for the admin account, and using that auth code we will generate the bearer token for admin account, like and then using that we will found the flag, or we will access the admin account. So let's exploit it. So okay, so I think we need to, so what I'm gonna do is I will just create a, okay, so before that I'm gonna show you that we cannot register any new account using the admin email address. Here is the admin email address, and then there is the password, name. So as you can see that it says that admin already is associated with that account. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we will create a new client using the admin email address. So I will just replace admin@itsupport.ctf, and now what we're going to do is we will replace the redirect value to the our collaborator URL so that we get the auth code for the admin account. So I just copy to keyboard and hit send. So it says that you need to logged in to perform this action. So okay, so I just log in. again. Alright, so as you can see that I'm able to successfully create a new client using the admin email address. And so before that I will change the name to something related to admin so that we will not confused in the future. Okay, so the name would be admin hacked, and the redirect will be the value of the my collaborator URL, and the client ID is 7. So if I just go here and replace the client ID 1 to replace to client ID 7, and replace the redirect parameter value to my collaborator URL. Okay, so we are missing a slash here, I think. Alright, so if I just click allow, it will redirect me to my collaborator URL. Alright, so I hope we'll get the auth code for admin account. I think we'll either get the auth code also if we don't provide the collaborator. Maybe, I'm confused also, but we'll analyze it in the future. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is digging more into it. So I just go and alright, so using the fuzzing, you can discover you can discover a endpoint that is OAuth token, I think, which is used to validate the auth code, and which will provide us the bearer token for that account. So what I'm going to do is I will send it to the repeater and will analyze. And if I just say replace the method from get to post, and it will either also say the missing required variable. So I think we need to, so at this point I also get stuck, and I just refer to this particular blog, or you can say the post, and which will explain the whole process that is going here. So the process in which we are currently stuck is this, in which we are validating the auth code. So here is the basic endpoint and the method, and then there is these parameters which is used to verify. So the first one is code, and then there is a grant type, then there is redirect URI, client ID, client secret, and the code verifier. So we'll use it one by one and analyze the, and I just hit send. So it still says that missing required variable. So maybe we can firstly we should format it clearly. Alright, so it is still saying that missing required variable. So if I just add user ID 1, okay, so can I pick up the parameters from here and put here? It still says missing required variable. So if I just change the content type application slash JSON, now it will say the client ID is invalid. So okay, so client ID is invalid. So if I just replace the password client, do we require it? No. So if I just replace these two parameters, do we require it? No. And if we replace this token, do we require? No. And email name, no. So Okay, so I think we only require these particular 5 parameters, that is code, grant type, redirect URI, client ID, and the client secret. So as we seen earlier already that the verification is done on the basis of the client ID and the redirect URI. So if I just replace the client ID and the like the redirect parameter value to this slash auth, so it is still saying that grant type is invalid. So in this case, what I like, where the solution that I found is on Stack Overflow, where the grant type is set as authorization code. So make sure that you like figure it out. So in this case, the grant type is authorization code, and it will give us the the access token for the for that particular user. So the code is invalid, right? So what I'm going to do is uh, uh, okay, so I think we need all of these parameter value to be right. So the code will get from anywhere, like for the user 5 we will get the code from here, and I will set the client ID to 5, and the redirect URL parameter value is avail.com. So if I just allow, we'll get the auth code for that user. So here is the auth code, and all right, so we'll get the access token. And so similarly, what we are going to do is we will also generate the